Evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. I tell you, evil dies tonight. There is Michael Myers. Ha ha!
Got my Michael Myers figure right here, guys, in preparation for this video. What is up, you guys? It is Matthew here. Welcome back to another video on my channel today. Today in this episode, guys, I have finally finished watching all of the Halloween movies, even though it's not Halloween time, but I was able to still finish them all recently, as a matter of fact. So today in this video, guys, I'm going to be ranking all 13 Halloween movies from worst to best, as a matter of fact. So I do want to give you guys a fair warning that I am new to this franchise, and so I am going to have a lot of different takes than you guys have, as a matter of fact. But these are just my opinions, as a matter of fact. But make sure you share your ranking down below in the comment section. My list is not the right list, it's just my list, and as I always say, I'd love to see your list as well, guys. But before I get into the ranking, guys, be sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends, because that really helps on my channel greatly. And also, guys, those of you guys that are new to the channel, I do more than just the movies and physical media related content. I also do Lego related stuff, of video games, all sorts of stuff like that, guys. So if that kind of stuff is your speed to watch on YouTube, guys, please make sure you go watch a couple of my other videos. Give a couple of my other videos a chance, guys. And if you do end up liking this channel, guys, please do give this video a big, huge thumbs up, leave a like and a comment, and be sure you hit that red subscribe button, but most importantly, press that notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And those of you guys that are not new to the channel, and if you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you go subscribe right after this video, guys. But without any further ado, guys, enjoy the video. Let's get started. Excuse me. Let's get started with the number 13 spot in last place. It was not difficult at all. This was a piece of cake to pick the worst movie for this franchise, and I chose Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. So now, I heard a lot of people give this movie mixed reviews because it doesn't have Michael Myers. Like, I hear a lot of people like it and a lot of people hate it, but to tell you the truth, I hate this movie. I really hate this movie. And in my opinion, yes, for one, it has nothing to do with Michael Myers, and so it doesn't feel like a regular Halloween movie to me. And then another reason is like if you guys have followed me for a long time, you guys know that I don't like watching awful things happening to children. So anything like the Exorcist movies or like The Ring or anything like that, I really don't care for it, because like I said, I don't like watching awful things happening to children, and this is kind of that movie's intention on what they're trying to accomplish. Like they're creating these masks that these kids want so bad, and they're creating them to be haunted so they can kill children, and so they can be stuck under the mask and whatnot. But I actually did not. I gave this movie like a flat 0, because this movie was just very negative towards children. This whole movie was just, well, it was just weird. It was totally different, in my opinion. Maybe if this movie, like, I wouldn't even like this movie any better if it wasn't part of the Halloween franchise, because like I said, I don't like watching awful things happening to children. Like, yeah, they should have just. Yeah, I just felt like this movie shouldn't have existed, in my opinion, and unfortunately, it comes in last place. Coming in at number 12 is going to be Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. So now, I did not like either of the two movies that Rob Zombie did, which we'll get to the other one later, as a matter of fact. So yeah, I did not like the first Rob Zombie Halloween movie at all, and I did not think this movie was any better. Like, I didn't finish the first Halloween movie that Rob Zombie did. And then I saw little clips of this one, and so this was another one I didn't really watch all the way through, as a matter of fact, because to me this one was even worse than the first Rob Zombie movie, than the first Halloween movie that Rob Zombie did. Like, I just don't have much to say. This movie was just really dry, it was stupid, and yeah, I just did not care for Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 at all. But speaking of Rob Zombie Halloween, next up on the list is going to be Rob Zombie's Halloween 1. So, like I just said, I did not like either one of these movies. Like I watched more of the first Rob Zombie movie than I did with the second Rob Zombie Halloween movie, because it was entertaining for me enough, as a matter of fact. But with this, Rob Zombie completely changed everything. Like, it wasn't, I did not feel like this was a newer version of the original thing. That's how I felt with the remake of Pete's Dragon. It wasn't like, I did not think that it was like a newer version of the older thing, as a matter of fact. And so, yeah, Michael, in the introduction to Michael Myers, we see him as a little kid, like a 10-year-old little boy. And Michael Myers didn't kill his sister in the original Halloween when he was 10 years old. He killed his sister when he was like in his late teens, or like a young adult. I can't remember for sure, but that's how old he was when he killed his sister. And then he killed a bunch of other people in the exact same scene that he did with his sister and whatnot. But the thing is, here's what I thought Rob Zombie was all like. Michael Myers wasn't evil and bad enough in the original Halloween. Let's just remake the original Halloween and we'll make Michael Myers more cruel to people, and we'll see how people like it. And yeah, I did not like how they changed the opening of this movie. I thought that this movie was utter garbage, and another issue that I have about this movie is that you don't get introduced to Laurie Strode until like 45 minutes into the movie. So that's another big issue that I have with this movie. This movie was just stupid, in my opinion. I just did not really care for this movie at all. And yeah, I do not care ever to watch this movie ever again. Cracking off the top 10 now, at number 10 is going to be Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. And so yeah, this one I heard people say was the worst out of the Jamie Lloyd movies, as a matter of fact. And to tell you the truth, I actually agree. I may not dislike it for the same reasons that you guys do, but I just thought that this was a lame sequel. Jamie Lloyd had a baby and whatnot, and this movie was just not all that intriguing to me. Like at all. Like I thought the storyline was weak. Like the action in this movie was kind of weak. Like everything, like almost everything about this movie, I just thought was lame, and I thought they could have done something else with this movie, and it doesn't. And this movie just doesn't click with me like the other Jamie Lloyd films, as a matter of fact. And to tell you the truth, minus the three that I put below The Curse of Michael Myers, I would rather watch almost any other movie in the franchise than rewatch this one here. Yeah, this movie is just not good in my opinion. Like, I feel like there's just not a compelling enough story. There's just some moments in here that I just think are too cruel and evil, and this one does not feel like it really connects really well with the Jamie Lloyd timeline, and it doesn't. Yeah, I just think that this movie is lame. Like, I don't really have anything else. I don't really have much else to say about this movie, as a matter of fact. But I will. I do have something else to say, though. Is that these next 9 films that I have on the list, these are all movies that I really enjoy. So yes, I will have more positive opinions with these movies now, just so you guys know. So coming in at number 9 for me, this is going to be a little bit of a controversial opinion, is what I'm going to have. But at number 9, I have Halloween 2 from, I believe it was 1980, I believe, and I actually heard a lot of Halloween fans said that this movie hasn't really aged that well, and I kind of agree a little bit. But that's not why this movie is so low on this list, as a matter of fact. Like, what I like about this movie is that I think it makes like a great two-parter to the original Halloween, and where we see last time where we saw Laurie Strode, and then she was in a hospital, as a matter of fact. So yeah, I do like that element to this movie, is that it was that she was stuck in a new location compared to the first movie, as a matter of fact. But the oddest thing about this movie is that at the very end, we saw Michael Myers get burnt alive in a hospital room, and then he died, and then and then they did Halloween 3 Season of the Witch without Laurie Strode or Michael Myers, as a matter of fact. And then and then he magically comes back to life in Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. And this movie, in my opinion, just is probably the weakest film in the franchise. I don't hate this movie by any means, but in my opinion, it is the weak link to every Halloween movie, as a matter of fact. Coming in at number 8 now is going to be Halloween Resurrection. Hold on a sec, guys. I gotta take a drink. Alright, there we go. So now, I know a lot of you people really hate Halloween Resurrection. And I know you guys really hate it, that they immediately get rid of Laurie Strode. I say get rid of Laurie Strode because technically Laurie Strode doesn't really die. She just because she returns in the 2018 sequel, as a matter of fact. So I just say get rid of Laurie Strode as a point of reference, as a matter of fact. But I get it. Laurie Strode is immediately gone. Michael Myers comes back, and then we meet these new characters that nobody really cares about, and then they defeat him by electrocuting his balls. And I get what you're saying. This movie, I actually think that I know you guys really hate this movie, but I think this is the film in the franchise where it's so bad it's a good kind of movie, as a matter of fact. I know it's a ridiculous movie, but I still think it's fun, and I think this really makes a great two-parter to the Halloween H2O, because it picked up where Halloween H2O left off, as a matter of fact. And yeah, I thought that this was a pretty decent movie for what it is, but like I said I was gonna have some takes. I'm gonna have some different takes than a lot of you ongoing Halloween fans out there, but I thought that this movie was pretty solid, but like I said, it's so bad it's fun kind of movie. But reaching at the number 7 and the number 6 spot, I'm combining these places together because at number 7 I have Halloween: The Revenge of Michael Myers, and I have Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers. So now, to tell you the truth, these two were the hardest ones for me to place, because moments of inside of both of these are good. Like I heard a lot of people really like Halloween 4, and then Halloween 5 always gets mixed reviews. Like I get it. Halloween 5 is a little dull because you think Jamie Lloyd is going to be the killer. But no, they tricked you. Michael Myers comes back, and then she starts having all of these delusions in Halloween 5. And then Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers was basically Jamie Lloyd's setup into this franchise, as a matter of fact. But yeah, so both of these movies I actually think are really fun, and I really highly enjoy both of these movies. I think realistically better. I think the realistically better one here is Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers, and then I do get a lot of enjoyment out of Halloween 5: The Revenge of Michael Myers, and both of these movies just really click for me, because I think Halloween 5 really picks up where Halloween 4 left off really well, even though Halloween 5 didn't do what you were expecting it to do, as a matter of fact. But I really enjoyed the both of these movies, and I would be down to watch both of these movies again back to back, as a matter of fact. Coming in at number 5, bringing us into the top 5 now, is going to be Halloween H2O 20 Years Later. I will say for a fact, this is a fan favorite of most Halloween fans, and I 100% agree with that. Because it is because it's a really good follow-up to when we last saw Laurie Strode in Halloween 2. And the reason why it's called Halloween H2O 20 years later is because it takes place 20 years since we last saw Laurie Strode, as a matter of fact. And then I know a lot of people said that they just shouldn't have, that they should have stopped here, as a matter of fact, because a lot of people thought it would be a great ending to the franchise, but I'm glad that they kind of made more, and I will explain why here in the when we talk about the next 4 movies on this list, as a matter of fact. But so yeah, this movie I thought was really good. And the showdown between Laurie Strode, excuse me again, guys, and the showdown that we saw between Laurie Strode and Michael Myers was really fun. And like I said, Halloween Resurrection I thought was a great part 2 to this movie, because we saw Laurie Strode decapitate Michael Myers at the end of Halloween H2O. But then, when we move in to Halloween Resurrection, we find out that it wasn't actually Michael Myers under the mask. It was one of the paramedics that was pretending to be Michael Myers, as a matter of fact. And so yeah, this movie is just really good, and I got a lot of enjoyment out of this movie. I had a fun time with this one, as a matter of fact, and I was so happy I was able to fit it into the top 5 at least. Otherwise, I would be getting harassed in the comment section for not putting this one in the top 5 at least, as a matter of fact. But reaching the top, the top 4, this is probably where a lot of you guys are probably gonna hate me, as a matter of fact. But coming in at number 4 is going to be the very last movie, called Halloween Ends. And to tell you the truth, guys, this movie wasn't expecting what I was going it to be. Like I get it. Lots of people hated this movie because they didn't get the showdown between Laurie and Michael that they all wanted, as a matter of fact. But I was satisfied with everything with this movie that we saw. But then I get it. We get introduced to this random Corey character at the very beginning of the movie before we hit to where Laurie Strode is now with her granddaughter Allison, because her daughter died and her husband's daughter also died in the previous 2 movies, as a matter of fact. And I really got a lot of enjoyment out of this movie because yes, I think I get it. It doesn't really pick up where Halloween Kills left off. I'll give you that. But still, at the very beginning of the movie, they set up the Corey character, and I think they did it pretty well, I will say. And then most of the action doesn't start happening until like the end of the movie. And I get it. We don't see Michael Myers on screen very much because we see Allison and Corey together now. And then when Corey finally commits suicide at the end of this movie, we finally get to see Laurie Strode and Michael Myers fight it out in the kitchen, as a matter of fact. So yeah, I will agree. I will say, guys, that I disagree. This is not like one of the bottom tier Halloween movies, but what I do agree is that this is probably the worst one out of the out of the Blumhouse trilogy, at least. That I will agree on, because it doesn't have the suspenseful action like the last two movies did, that was kind of the biggest problem I had with this movie, is that it didn't have like a lot of action or the suspensefulness that the very first two movies had, as a matter of fact. But other than that, I really thought that this was a solid movie, and I feel like I got a lot of enjoyment out of it. And if they decide to do more Halloween movies, in the future, most people will probably appreciate this movie more, because people will probably go like, okay, I hated this movie as a finale, but when we started a new timeline and a new trilogy or whatever, it ended off the last trilogy really well, though. So that is what I'm hoping people will realize, as a matter of fact. But again, I had a fun enough time with this movie, as a matter of fact. And I know it's controversial to put it in the top 5 and to even put it above Halloween H2O, but I enjoyed the both of these movies. I actually had a fun time with the Blumhouse trilogy, and I think my favorite timeline in this movie is the 40 years later timeline with the Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends, as a matter of fact. But so yeah, guys, real quick before I give you my top 3, as a matter of fact, remember to share your ranking down below in the comment section, because I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions about all of these movies, as a matter of fact. And again, my list is not the right list, it's just my list, and I would love to see your list at least, because we are all going to disagree, and that's kind of the fun when it comes to everybody's ranking, is that we all have different opinions and different takes, as a matter of fact. But now, guys, here we go into the top 3. So at number 3 for me is going to be Halloween Kills, as a matter of fact. So now, before I even started watching the Halloween movies, and before I even started watching the Blumhouse trilogy in general, I heard a lot of reviews about the Halloween Blumhouse trilogy, because I heard a lot of people really liked and enjoyed Halloween 2018. And then I heard Kills got a lot of mixed reviews, and then I heard that a lot of people hated Halloween Ends. But with Halloween Kills here, I thought that this was a phenomenal follow-up to Halloween 2018, as a matter of fact. For what this movie was, I really enjoyed it, and this movie had a lot of suspense to it. It had a lot of action in it. The hospital scenes were really intense, as a matter of fact. I know a lot of people had a huge problem with the hospital scenes, as a matter of fact, but I didn't mind the hospital scenes at all, because I felt like that's really what made this movie real intense and intriguing, as a matter of fact. And I thought what made this movie so suspenseful is that we didn't have Laurie Strode throughout most of the movie, because she got stabbed in the last movie and she was in the ER, and then Danny, the little boy that Laurie Strode babysat in the original movie, he came back to help Laurie Strode out, and while she was in the ER, to get back to Michael Myers, to get back at Michael Myers for everything that he did, as a matter of fact. And usually I don't care about the kills when it comes to horror movies, but I thought when Michael Myers showed up and then when people got killed and whatnot, I thought that this was a very intriguing movie for what it was. I had a fun time with this movie, as a matter of fact. I was really glad that they even turned the 2018 movie into a trilogy, and I really liked Halloween Kills because it was a really, really, really good, solid movie, and I thought it was a great follow-up to the 2018 one. And that's kind of what I like about this franchise in general. Like when it leaves a spot open, and then the next movie really opens up where we left off in the last movie really well, as a matter of fact. I kind of like the two-parter method that I have been talking about throughout this video, as a matter of fact. But, so yeah, I think that that's one of the best parts about this franchise, is that we get that two-parter little method here and there, as a matter of fact. But coming in number 2, our runner-up, I don't know if this is going to be a too controversial opinion for most of you guys, but at number 2, I actually had the original Halloween from 1978, as a matter of fact. And I heard a lot of people say this is probably one of the best, if not the best slasher movie ever. And I will agree, guys. This is probably the most important slasher movie. Like, I had a fun time with this movie as well. Like it takes a very simple concept, and you have Michael Myers murdering those teenage girls. As a matter of fact, gotta take another drink real fast. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, excuse me. I had a fun enough time with this movie, and this is an amazing movie. Like, I would call this one a 10 out of 10, as a matter of fact. And as I was watching the Halloween franchise, this movie, the very first Halloween, was my favorite until I watched the Blumhouse trilogy, because coming in at number 1 is going to be Halloween 2018, as a matter of fact. So now, like I said, I heard a lot of people enjoyed this movie, as a matter of fact. And what makes this movie my favorite is because I thought that this was a good... Excuse me. I thought this was a good legacy sequel to all of the previous Halloween movies before this one, as a matter of fact. Like we didn't have all the characters come back until like Halloween Kills, but still, you have Laurie Strode coming back as a cop. You got Frank Hopkins coming back. And then you see Laurie Strode. She's got a full-grown daughter, and then she's got a husband. They got a daughter. Laurie Strode's got a granddaughter, as a matter of fact. And I really like this movie a lot. This one I thought was a good legacy sequel to every one of the Halloween movies, as a matter of fact. This is another movie where it has a lot of intenseness going on. It has a lot of suspensefulness to it. And it just... Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie for what it was. I had a great time with this movie. I enjoyed it. And to tell you the truth, guys, I had to put the Halloween 1978 at number 2. But to tell you the truth, I love the very first Halloween movie, and the original and the 2018 Halloween movie. I love these both, and I could watch these both in one night, as a matter of fact, because the both of these are really good movies, as a matter of fact, and I was really satisfied when I watched both of these movies, because I thought that these were two of the best slasher movies that I have ever seen in my life. But the Halloween 2018 also gets the same rating with the original Halloween, 10 out of 10, as a matter of fact. But the Halloween 2018 movie comes in at number 1 on my list, as a matter of fact. But phew, that was a lot of movies to rank, guys, because we had 13 Halloween movies total to rank, as a matter of fact, and I enjoyed watching almost all of these movies for what they are, as a matter of fact, and I'm really curious to see if they'll ever continue this franchise, as a matter of fact. Like, if they ever do a Halloween reboot, I really hope it's better than the one that Rob Zombie did, as a matter of fact. But with that said, guys, that is going to do it for this episode, as a matter of fact, guys. Be sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends, because that'd really help on my channel greatly. And also, guys, those of you guys that are new to the channel, I do more than just movies and physical media related content. I also do Lego related stuff, video games, all sorts of stuff like that, guys. So if that kind of stuff is your speed to watch on YouTube, guys, please make sure you go watch all my other videos. Give all my other videos a chance, guys. And if you do end up liking this channel, guys, please do hit that red subscribe button. But most importantly, make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And those of you guys that are not new to the channel, and if you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you go subscribe right after this video, guys. Without any further ado, guys, that is going to do it for this episode. As a matter of fact, be sure you take care of yourselves, drink water, and stay safe, and I will see you all in the very next video. Bye!